What's going on, guys? Visor here, and we're back with another locked video. This video is gonna be about basically like it's gonna be like a tips for like controller players on like what weapons to use. I've been getting a lot of people asking like what's the best builds for like winger, striker, defender, stuff like that, right? So this video is gonna be for striker. I'm gonna end up making another video for defenders. I just gotta get gameplay and stuff like that. Even this video isn't like fully complete. I don't got gameplay for like weapons like Emperor or KuniGami. Also, if you like the content I make and you want to play with me in like scrims or in tryouts or pickups, I made my own Discord team. It's in the description down below. Be sure to join it. Also, be sure to subscribe. We're really close to 2,000 subscribers, so I really appreciate it if you just help me out with a like and subscribe. And let's get into the video. Now, the way I'm gonna have this video is gonna be the highest. Like the start of the video will be the easiest weapon, and as you go down, it's gonna be like harder and harder for like controller players. Okay. So the first weapon, which my opinion is legit the easiest weapon for console players, would be King. Okay, King. Y'all see me use this weapon. This is basically what I'm known for. You get to your little golden zone up the field, and then you King, and you're in a nice 1v1 with the GK every time. Sometimes you're not always in a free 1v1. Sometimes you got people guarding you. You just gotta make some slight adjustments, but with King and like Predator Eye or King and Bunnies, I think you'll be fine. 100% will say this is probably the easiest build for console players to use. This build is not hard at all. Once you get a grasp on like how to use King and where to use it to get some free shots, like right here, boom, wide open, easy shots. Like if once you just get a grasp on how to use it, you could easily just score goals with King. So as long as you guys use the weapon the way I'm using it, like if you're gonna play King, don't go back and help your defense. As a forward on controller, especially if you're not winger, you're playing striker, you're not supposed to go back and help your team. You're supposed to just sit up, wait for a pass, and use King and get up the field and score against the GK. Like that's kind of the whole point. Now the next weapon we're about to talk about is probably my most disliked weapon, and that would be Emperor. Emperor, or Emp, some people like to call it. It's a really strong weapon. For you console players, as long as you get yourself even slightly open, you could 100% cook with this weapon. Like all you have to do is just get open, see a spot on the goal, and just take the GK shot. Take the M shot. It's pretty simple. Not much else to it. I feel like King is easier than this weapon though, to be honest, because you have to get yourself open. The next weapon we're about to talk about is Nagi. Nagi, for this weapon to be like used at its best, you want to run bunnies with it. Because if there's someone with Serpent on the other team, you're basically just locked down. But if there's no Serpent and you don't have bunnies and there's someone else on the opposite team with bunnies, you're basically like cooked. There's not much you could do about it. This weapon is really good. It's easy to receive passes with it. Easy to I wouldn't say it's easy to score goals. You just have to be really creative on how you're gonna use it. Like delay shots, dribble, delay dribble. Try to be creative with Nagi. Now I wanted to mention a weapon that's really similar to Nagi, and that's Ironhead. The reason why I say that, because the weapon you set yourself up with it, basically the exact same way you would set yourself up with Nagi. It's just that you don't have as much time to think as much compared to Nagi. You kind of just sit up there in the air and you got mad time to think about your next move. Reason why I'm saying is honorable mention is because the ease of usage of this weapon, you have to be good at height dribbling and you have to know how to, you know, use the weapon properly. The next weapon we're about to talk about is Chigiri. Now, Chigiri, Chigiri long strides, Chigiri golden zone. Chigiri itself is a super strong weapon. It's almost like King, but you can use it basically anywhere. So the weapon is super strong. If there isn't like 3 people guarding ahead of you in like your lane, you're basically cooking. Like, it's easy through balls as well, you know. Obviously the best speedster build is like Chigiri 5-3 long strides 15% speed flow, right? Honestly, if you want to just beat a person that gains attention with Chigiri and not really just like pace abuse, try to get like Ambi or Golden Zone and just put your Golden Zone on like the left or right side of the wing box and just try to send it. You could try scoring with it, most likely it won't go in. I would just only use that to like cross pass or center pass. You know, that's the only time I would use that Golden Zone. If you're gonna use Chigiri Golden Zone, I wouldn't try to score with it. The honorable mention to Chigiri is Shadow. Basically, you could just run the same thing, just Shadow long strides, you know, or Shadow Ambi, and just beat a person that gains attention on the left and right wing and do what you want. Next weapon we're going to be talking about is KuniGami. Now, this weapon, people put this side by side with like Riptide for midfielder weapons because, yeah, Riptide is like cool because you have the curve, but KuniGami is just a nice powered straight shot and it's super strong for like left back or right back clears or midfielder clears or counter attacks. You know, in the gameplay obviously it's kind of over exaggerated because I'm running Predator's Eye, but the times I'm not running it, I'm just clearing it or I'm just trying to give far passes. Now, if you want to be like a striker with this, or you want to actually try to score goals, run Predator's Eye with it, or ambidextrous. I recommend Predator's Eye because it's easier to use than ambidextrous. Ambidextrous, you kind of have to line up both the ambidextrous shot and have KuniGami activated, which might be a bit difficult for some console players. Besides that, yeah, no, 100% recommend KuniGami over Riptide, at least if you're gonna play midfielder. Okay, so despite what I said in the beginning of the video, I am gonna talk about defensive and GK weapons. So the weapons that are really good that are easy to use on console, that are really good, are off the top of my head I could think of right now is Voracious, Longlegs, and Serpent. These weapons are the easiest of ease, mainly Longlegs and Voracious. Since you're not really doing nothing, you're kind of just playing the game how you would normally would. Serpent, you kind of gotta get used to timing it with the D-pad, and then I would also put Shadow up there, but when it comes to defense, but sometimes Shadow could be a bit hard to control, so I didn't really put it in defense. But it's a good defensive weapon if you know how to use it. But when it comes to ease, when it comes to like how easy it is to use, I like, at least for defense, some people might struggle with it compared to others. And then for GK, my most hated weapon, Acro. If you run Acro in GK, it's easy blocks every day. Also, you can run Snatch Claw. That's a really good build. Snatch in itself is the weapon, but Claw's the trait. So Snatch itself is a good weapon. Snatch Claw is probably the best Snatch build you can make, to be honest. And yeah, that's pretty much it for GK. As far as I know, I don't really Golden Zone, it could be a good trait as well, because if you want to have better clears and shit for GK, yeah, you could run Golden Zone as well for GK. But besides that, I don't really know anything else about defense or GK. all the weapons I mentioned will be in the description below. It'll have their own categories and shit, so don't worry about it if you're a little bit confused. Remember, this is in perspective of console players, not PC players. These are all for console players, controller players, players that struggle on controller to keep up with some of the PC players. I don't want people on PC in the comments saying, "Oh, what are you talking about? This weapon's easier than this." Like, no, bro. If you hook up a controller to your PC and then you tell me the weapon's easy to use, then I'll believe you. But until then, I know what is easy for console and what's not, okay? Excuse my little rant. If you guys enjoyed the video, please be sure to like. If you like the content I make and what I do, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Comment down below if you have any questions on any of the weapons or the traits I mentioned. Join my Discord down below once again. I'm trying to get a lot of members in there. If y'all ever want to decide to play lot with me, or play in a scrim with me, or play in a trial, or play in the pickups, I have my own servers down there, down below. We're starting to get members. I'm already around, I'm close to 100 members already, so the sooner y'all join, the better y'all could hopefully get your roles, you know. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.